What is going on, guys? This is Versatile Gaming with my review of Strike the Blood episode 16, and this episode, it was crazy. So it starts off with Dimitri. He actually goes to the prison. He was planning on destroying, the final lock so that all the prisoners can escape. But to our surprise, he actually senses somebody and he calls out this big giant snake. And so, of course, he goes on the offensive here and attacks whoever that is. But the person that we see who he's attacking, it was actually Nagisa. And so that right there surprised the heck out of me. Because I definitely know that there's something weird with Nagisa. So I was wondering about her. But we see that she herself was able to summon one of the 4 progenitor familiars. And she summoned the 12th one. And when we just see Dimitri, he actually gets defeated, and that right there shocked me. Somebody that powerful as he is basically got one shot, because Nagisa definitely did not waste any time. But I'm thinking if Nagisa had the familiar from the old progenitor, what's his name, Abara, then I'm thinking that maybe Abara is not dead, but she's living inside of Nagisa's body. Or it's possible that this familiar itself is living in Nagisa's body. So maybe when like Kojo has to drink his own sister blood, he'll get that familiar back, or at least that's what I'm thinking could possibly happen. But that right there, which is so surprising, and then we see that she walked to some random woman who we have not seen before. I was just wondering, who that was. And later on in the episode, we actually learned that that's Akatsuki. Well, that's Kojo and Nagisa's mother. And so apparently this familiar has some contract, and I'm not sure, what that contract entails, but I'm guessing it's to protect Nagisa, because that right there, that familiar, it is definitely awesome. I was digging that familiar a lot. And to see that it defeated, a character that is like on the same power level as Kojo, because this Dimitri guy, he is one heck of a powerful vampire. So to see him get defeated so easily, it just caught me off guard. But now we see that the prison, or at least the building that they were in, it is now collapsing. But we have Yuma, Kojo, and Yukina. They get teleported to safety because now they're outside. But we see that this building that they were standing in, it is no more. As is now, if we now see its true form, which is an actual prison. And so, of course, now we see Yuma's mother, the witch of Notoria. We see her, and she does not waste time as she quickly rips that blue knight from Yuma and takes it back for herself. And that right there was just horrible, because we just see that like Yuma definitely did not want that to happen. And when those magical ties, got cut, you just tell that it was going downhill from there. But not only that, we actually have these escape prisoners that are now joining our battlefield here. And I know at one point, Yuma's mother, she said that there was like 6 of them. But I only saw 5 there, so I don't know, like maybe one of them was hiding on something, or it could have been an animation fail. Heck, it might have been a subtitle fail, but I just know that I saw 5 people there rather than 6. But she was asking them, where were the other prisoners were, and basically, these weak prisoners, they actually couldn't escape, and only, these 5 right here, they're like the top dogs, so they broke up with no problem. But at the same time, we see, I believe his name was like Sarah. He actually betrays one of the prisoners and attack him by cutting him down. And we see that this prisoner system is still in place. So if these guys got hurt, they'll just get sent back to prison. So now they have to find what's the name, Natsuki, and kill her. Otherwise, they'll never be really free. But then we go to what's the name? What's that girl that like Kojo name? What's the name? I'll think of it quickly. Asagi. There it is. Asagi was not walking from work, I guess, and she was just so tired. And even her AI program was like talking to her till she got annoyed and turned off her phone. But then we see somebody gave her a bag of candy. We just see this little girl take hold of her and call her mama. And so right away, I like look at this girl, and I was saying, that's Natsuki. So that right there, definitely kind of freaked me out there. But then we learned that this witch here of Notaria, she actually had this grimoire. I believe it was the 14th one, where it lets her manipulate all kinds of things. And one of the things that she was manipulating, it was Natsuki. She took her memories and her experience, and now that now she has that, not only is she much powerful, but Natsuki here remembers nothing. And so now she thinks that she's Asagi's kid, which I'm not sure why. Like, maybe it's the first person that you saw, but I really don't understand. Out of all people, why would she think that she is Asagi's kid? That right there, still kind of struck me as odd. But we see that these prisoners, they definitely aren't wasting time, as they quickly go on the offensive. And Kojo actually we're going to use his familiars, to actually combat them, but he couldn't, because if he did that, then not only would he hurt the witch of Notaria, but he will also damage this prison as well, and that really is definitely not a good thing. So now we have Yukina, who was actually going to step in and fight them, and one of the prisoners who was definitely a rather thuggish looking kind of character, he actually went in with an attack, and Yukina will actually able to block it, and this guy was actually shocked. But then we have Sayaka, who actually comes in there with on this half tank kind of vehicle, and she manages to strike all these prisoners while they all escape. And so of course now they were looking at Yuma, as she clearly needed help, and of course for her condition, they would need somebody that definitely knows their magic, and the human body as well. And so Kojo definitely thought of somebody, and he was saying that if the person wasn't at her home, then it should be at the Mar lab. And so they went to the woman's home, and it turns out that this woman they had came here for, or came to see, it was actually his mother. And it was just so hilarious how Sayaka and Yukina, how they got so nervous when they heard that it was going to be his mother that they were meeting. And even Sayaka was saying that she's not ready for this. And so it's funny how these characters are so in love with him that they get nervous when they meet his parents. But that right there, I kind of like about this though. But once his mother opened the door, she actually scares them with just Pumpkinhead, and she clearly had the wrong idea about this festival. But his mother is definitely not what I expected. She basically a kid and a joker as well. But while she was checking out what's her name, Yuma's body, she was definitely doing a good job at it. But she also started fondling her breast, and it was so funny how Yukina almost bought this lie that right there is how her medical powers activate. That right there was hilarious. But then we have Nagisa, who actually came out, and when she recognized Sayaka, we actually found out that she really does not care that much for her. And Kojo kind of used that to his advantage to distract her, so that way Nagisa will be out of the hair and she won't know what's going on. But then we have Kojo's mother here, who can't really take her Yuma at her home, so they're going to take her to the lab. And when Kojo was actually going with them, we found out that he is still injured from that attack that Yukina and him did together on his own body, because it wasn't healing. So now that he was dealing with that while they were away, we have Sayaka, who used the spell to put Nagisa asleep, which I find hilarious. I would have loved it if we saw the animation, because I'm pretty sure Nagisa definitely was not laying up on Sayaka at all. So that right there would have been hilarious to see. But now we have Kojo, who's going to tend to his wounds, and even Sayaka already knew that he was hurt. So while she was checking that out, she actually had this idea, or she gave into the notion of him drinking her blood, and of course she was going to turn him on. And the way she was going to go about that was using her feet, because she was going to step on him, because she thought that guys were into that. So that right there was just hilarious. And I really wish that we would have saw what Kojo would have did in that situation, because I'm pretty sure that he would have let it happen. But then we have Yukina, who actually came back, and we see that now, you know, she's definitely annoyed because we all know that she definitely had feelings for Kojo, and she gets jealous very easily. So she had that like dark aura coming off of her. But while they were talking, like something very weird happened because we have Kojo collapsing out of nowhere. So I'm thinking that it's definitely because of that wound, or it could be because of something else, because they never really told us. But I do wonder, like, why out of all times now did he took a life like that? Because to me it made no sense, because that wound did not seem that bad. But I do know that Yukina's weapon, it can kill a progenitor. But I do wonder, you know, like why did it take so long for that to happen? So maybe, well, we are definitely going to learn about that soon. But while we have Asagi and Natsuki, while they were out checking the festival, Natsuki actually got so excited that she ran ahead of her, and we have one of the escaped prisoners, you know, spot her. So now things are definitely not looking that good. Kojo will definitely have to recover from this, but I do have a feeling that we are going to see another familiar, or at least I'm hoping that we see one that we have hardly seen before, like the what's it called, the Regulus Arms. We have seen that one enough. I really want to see, you know, some like new familiars or some old ones like the Dimension Dragon. We've only seen that once, so hopefully Kojo brings it back, because that one I definitely liked a lot. But like I said, this episode, it was rather simple, but it was definitely good. I definitely loved the episode. I loved it a lot. But as always, please do not forget to like the video and subscribe, because that really helped me out a lot. And as always, you guys take it easy. I'll see you all next time.